Joe, Cody Terrell with American Income.
Cody Terrell.
Yeah, I spoke to you on the phone about the child safe kids,
Oh, right,
cost benefits
yeah.
endorsed through the International Union of Police Associations.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Is Mary here?
Yeah, she's on.
All right, perfect. So, Joe, they have me, using my laptop to save some time for quality control. You mind if we sit at a kitchen table near an outlet?
Sure, man. Come on in.
Okay, great. Shoes on or shoes off?
Shoes off. How long is this gonna take, man?
Shoes off. Man, Joe, for me, the quicker the better. They got me seeing a member every hour, on the hour. So, if it's all right with you, I'll go ahead and give you the quick versions. We get this taken care of.
Sure, man. Come
Sound
on
good?
in, man.
All right, great. Now, Joe, while I get this set up, how long have you lived in the area?
Ooh, man, what? 2 years now?
Okay, you've been here for 2 years?
We've been in Austin for 2 years.
Okay, and where are you originally from?
Cleveland, Ohio.
Cleveland, okay. So being here for 2 years, you know the neighbors pretty well?
For the most part, I keep to myself. It's my boy Bill across the street, though, man.
Okay.
But other than that, man, the lady with all of these kids, I just keep to myself, man.
Right, right. And I see that you requested the 2 child safe kits. So Bill, have any kids? You guys kids play together here in the neighborhood?
Bill's kid's a little bit older.
Okay.
9th grade. So, he ain't trying to hang with my young boys, But,
Right.
Maybe some coworkers who got the little kids, but,
Okay, perfect. And what do you do for work?
Oh, man, I'm car salesman.
Okay, car sales? All right, great. What dealership you got?
Kia.
Kia?
In Round Rock.
Oh man, I heard those cars are just flying off the lot. Everyone's
Yes, sir.
buying those
Yes,
things
sir.
right
I was
now.
going to ask you, man. I see the Benz out there, man. I like that.
Yeah, I maybe next time I'm looking for a car, I'll come talk to you.
I'll be there, man.
Great. Well, listen, let me tell you a little bit about myself. I don't want to be a stranger inside of your home, but a little background on me. So I actually started with the company in 2009. So I'm going on 10 years whenever I first started with American Income. I've helped a lot of families. I literally sat down with thousands of families just like yourself. A little backstory, what actually got me to be with American Income, I used to work with the family's business out on a ranch and stuff like that in the middle of nowhere in New Mexico. Then that 2008 economic crash really affected me and my family. So
yeah, everybody felt that.
yeah, families' lives were literally turned upside down. So I had to go, find a career and, start everything out, for myself. So that's whenever I found American Income, and they actually moved me from New Mexico down here to Texas. So,
Okay.
that's how I ended up down here. I've been in the Austin area working with American Income for about the last 18 months. So I tell you this just, so you have, comfort and you have full, understanding that I've helped many families just like I'm going to, help you guys. My job is just to explain everything, but I do need to ask your permission to be very upfront, very honest with you about this.
Yeah, perfect.
That's the only way, Joe, that I can really do my job, okay?
Don't worry, man. I'm going to be honest with you.
Okay, great. Well, let me go ahead and jump into this. So what I'm going to do is, Joe, Mary, first I'm going to deliver your child safe kits and then the additional no-cost benefits, okay? And then also I'm going to go over some additional benefits that you guys are entitled to if you qualify, okay? So American Income works with over 20,000 different unions, credit unions, and associations handling their additional benefits. And this is a 2-part program. The first part of the program is going to protect your children when something happens to them. The next part of the program is going to protect your children when something happens to you, okay? Because of our endorsement as the International Union of Police Association to handle this program, you'll now have access to the same exclusive benefits that groups like police officers and firefighters, they've actually had access to for years, okay? So this quick video is going to give you a quick introduction into the company.
Welcome to American Income Life Insurance Company. Your union has entered into an agreement with our company to provide benefits to its members.
Now, Jill, Mary, here are your child safe ID kits, okay? Now, these kits are some of the most comprehensive kits on the market, and they give the police what they need to help find a missing child. Now, you can only get these kits from a visit from someone like me, okay? I have one of these for each of your children. So right here, you're just gonna put the name of the child, when this was completed or last updated. First page right here is going to have all the personal information, height, weight, eye color, everything like that. There is a spot for a picture. They say that they would like everyone to update these every 6 to 12 months with a new picture, okay? For physical description, you know, feel free to lay out any birthmarks, scars, the I love mom and dad tattoos that all the 5-year-olds are getting these days, you know what I mean? List everything right here. DNA sample, it's going to be like a hair follicle with a root, fingernail clipping, something like that. And then there's going to be the ink strip right here so you can get all of the fingerprints for each of your children, okay? I'm going to go ahead and start a little pile for you guys right over here. Now, you know, Joe, Mary, every time you turn on the news, you hear about, you know, human trafficking, kidnapping, or a child running away from home, okay? Now, Joe, Mary, if something happened to one of the children that you know, wouldn't you want their family to have this kit? Okay, great. Now, through our endorsement as the International Union of Police Association to handle this, you now have the opportunity to get this out to up to 10 families with children. Now, I know that you mentioned Bill across the street, okay? Let's start by getting this out to Bill. Now, how many children does Bill have?
2.
Okay, so he has 2 children, okay. And is Bill married?
Yep.
Okay. So Bill is married, 2 children. What is his contact number?
You know what? I don't got Bill's number, but he is home. So yeah, I could. Yeah, he's over there. I could probably walk you over there.
Okay. You don't have his phone number?
I don't.
What about Mary? You don't have his phone number?
We see each other every day, man. You know, so he's, you know, kind of one that I hang with the most, you know.
Okay, okay. Well, I'm going to put a little note here for us to walk across and talk to Bill before we leave, but...
yeah, Bill's a good dude. He home at this time, too, so...
Okay,
yeah.
Great. Now, let's move on to co-workers, family in the area. You know, who else do you know that has young children?
Let's do Veronica.
Okay,
Yeah,
Veronica?
she just had a newborn baby. Yeah, I forgot about that. Veronica and Steve.
Okay, Veronica and Steve.
I guess I do got a couple friends here, man.
There we go. What's their last name?
Johnson.
Johnson.
No
Okay.
relation.
All right, perfect. And their phone number?
512
512
770
770
3675.
3675. Okay, great. All right, and who's next? You know, usually, you know, the families that I sit down with, it's, you know, people don't really memorize numbers these days, so it's usually a lot easier if you just go grab your phone real quick, and, perfect. You know, we're actually in a competition at work right now, so the more families that you can give me, the better, okay? The last family gave me 11. Something tells me you guys can at least do 13.
Like I said, man, I got a bunch of people in Ohio. Oh, let's do Christina.
All right, so Christina,
Yeah.
and this is a just a friend of yours.
Yeah, she just a friend.
Okay, what's her last name?
Wax.
Okay, phone number?
512 591
591
8729.
8729. All right, great. So she's just a friend. She lived close by. She, you know, in Austin, Pflugerville. Like, how far away?
I believe she more Mopac Research Boulevard.
Okay, so for sure Austin. We'll just put a little note in here that's, you know, up north, close to the domain.
Yeah, that's what she always be at the domain.
Always at the domain. I don't blame her. I got a lot of
She
friends
bartend
there.
over there.
Okay, okay. All right, Joe, who's next?
Man, that's really it with the kids.
Okay,
But what I will say is Christina should be able to give you a lot of people with the kids because
okay,
her mom run a daycare and, you know.
okay. Good. I'm gonna put a little note in here for me to mention that. All right, great. Now, Joe, Mary, the next no-cost benefit is actually our health services discount card. Okay. Now, this is a great benefit because, you know, group benefits can often change or be taken away, okay? So this right here is gonna help by saving you guys up to 60% off on eye care, hearing, prescription drugs, and chiropractic. Now this brochure right here has the 1-800 number as well as a website to answer any questions and has all of the enrollment information for you, okay? Now I'm gonna go ahead and
And that's
set
gonna
this
work
up.
with my health insurance?
You know, this is not actually insurance, it's just a discount card, okay? So if there's ever anything that your health insurance maybe will not cover, this right here will kick in and help to save you guys money,
Okay.
okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and set this aside. I'll let you guys check it out after I leave, okay? Now, Joe, Mary, the next no-cost benefit is going to be the accidental death and dismemberment. Now, Joe, for you, this is going to be a living benefit, and this is actually going to pay you $1,000 for the loss of hand, foot, sight in one eye, and double that to $2,000 for the loss of any two, okay? And for Mary, this is going to be a death benefit that would pay you $2,000, say Joe ever die accidentally. Now, of course, I know what you're thinking. You know, $2,000 isn't all the money in the world, but if Joe died, you can see how this would really come in handy, right? Okay, great. Now for this, all that I need you to do is, Mary, I need you to sign right here, saying that you are the beneficiary, and then Joe, I need you to sign right here, acknowledging the benefit and that Mary is the beneficiary, okay? All right, great. Now one additional thing that I need to do is I need to get 2 emergency contacts for you guys. Say if you guys were ever to die in a common accident, okay? It's advised that they are over the age of 18, okay, living locally, and of course outside of the home. So who's your first emergency contact? Who'd you guys like to put down?
Let's do Tony.
Tony, okay, Tony. Tony's last name?
Ramirez.
Ramirez. And is he a friend, coworker, family member, childhood friend?
He's, we got business together.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, and yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna label business associate. How about that?
Yeah, we're partners, man. We own that wing shack up there
Okay.
on 51st, man. So, yeah.
I'm gonna need to talk to you. I love wings. I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't get to be, you know, weighing over 200 pounds by not liking food. So, what's his phone number?
512-555-7834.
7834. Okay, and for your second?
Natalie.
Natalie. Okay, and what is Natalie's last name?
Chanel.
Natalie Schnell. Alright, and what's the relationship with her?
She work at the wing shack too.
Oh, she works there?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
She's like our on-site manager.
Good, good. What's her phone number?
512
512
778
78.
3434.
Alright, perfect. Natalie have kids?
I'm not up here for now.
No? Okay. Alright, great. Now, Joe, Mary, I need your help with something. Can you guys help me out?
I don't know, man. Depends.
Hey, I told you I didn't want to come into your house and be a stranger. You know, that's why I did the formal introduction for myself. But, you know, American Income, they actually give me 10 of these green life insurance certificates that they let me use for families that you introduce me to, okay? Now, Joe, Mary, all that I'm asking for is just an introduction, okay? This doesn't cost you or them anything. Worst case scenario, you know, they get more insurance and you help me out, okay? Now, Joe, Mary, everyone always gives these to their emergency contacts because they're actually closest with them. But outside of them, let's get this out to at least 3 more families, okay, in the area. So, who's the first person that we can put down? Maybe additional, you know, friends, coworkers, you know, people that actually work for you at the wing stop.
You can do Bill's neighbor.
Okay, Bill's additional neighbor.
It's on the other side because he's on Bill's side, but like right next door to Bill.
Okay, do you have
Yeah,
his,
he's
do you have
cool.
his number?
I actually got his number because he fixed my car.
Oh, okay. All right, perfect. All right, let's put him down. All right, great. Married?
Nope.
Nope, not married. Children?
Yeah, he got some kids.
Okay.
Single dad, man. Cool dude.
All right, great. All right, perfect. And what was his last name again?
I don't know his last name.
Okay, perfect. All right, just gonna put him parentheses right there. All right, now who's next? You know, I know that a lot of the dealerships don't actually have benefits provided for their salesmen or for their employees,
Yeah.
right? So it could be really good to get these out to your coworkers
Oh,
there at the
dudes,
car
man,
lot.
They in competition, man. They be competing up there.
Yeah, but car.
I mean, I'll hook Steph and
Okay.
Marcus up, man. Those
Steph.
are 2 guys. I don't really.
Steph,
The
last
other
name.
guys wouldn't even believe you if you told them I was calling on them. You was calling on my behalf.
Okay, okay. So you leave it all on the field out there. Sometimes you guys are friends, sometimes you guys are enemies.
Yeah, sometimes we just always enemies.
Alright, perfect. So Steph, what's Steph's last name?
Curry.
Steph Curry. Okay, phone number?
512
Okay,
773
okay.
1894.
Okay, 1894. Married?
I think they may be engaged.
Significant
right now.
others?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Alright, great. Kids?
Sheila.
Sheila. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And live close by?
That I don't know.
Round Rock, Pflugerville, don't know? Okay.
I believe it's North Austin somewhere.
Okay.
Hey man, I've been here for 2 years, man, and I work every day, man. I ain't
Yeah.
even. They say it's parts of Austin. I ain't even begin to see
Yeah.
that. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just asking questions so that I can do my job the best. I want to make sure I know where they are, as much information about them as possible.
Yeah.
Make sense? Okay. All right. Great. And so you said Charles was one more. Okay. Charles' last name?
Wallace.
Willis. Okay. Same questions, man. Is he married?
Not married.
Not married. Significant other?
Girlfriend.
Okay. Girlfriend.
Because
Kids.
these guys are younger. Couple kids.
Couple kids. Okay. All right. Perfect. All right. So who's next?
That's it.
That's it? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, great. Now, you probably haven't had homework in quite some time, okay? Now, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to leave you with some homework, and I'm going to ask you to call or text these people to let them know that I'll be calling, okay? That way they're not like hanging up on me whenever I'm giving them a call, right? That's one of the worst parts about my job when people don't really know who I am and I'm trying to contact them. But if you reach out to them first, that's what I'm going to ask you for the homework. Just please reach out to them. Let them know I'll be giving them a call. Okay? Sound good?
Mm-hmm.
All right, great. Now, the reason that this is a two-part program, Joe, Mary, is because right now families are dealing with some serious gaps in their coverage, and that's why it was important enough to send me out here personally to review this with you, okay? So I came up with this list of concerns right now for families. The first very serious concern is actually going to be funeral and final expenses, okay? Do you know how expensive a funeral is these days?
No, but $8,000 or something.
Yeah, a little bit more. Average funeral right now is around $14,000 to $15,000.
Yeah, really.
Yes, yes. Families that I sit down with, they have no idea how much a funeral actually costs. Have you ever been involved in a funeral, helping to plan a funeral, anything like that?
No,
No.
been to a funeral.
Yeah, unfortunately we all have, okay? But, you know, most families that I sit down with, they don't have that money just laying around, and if they did, Joe, Mary, they didn't set it aside for this, okay? And funeral directors, as you know, they want to be paid immediately. So this is the first very serious concern. Next is going to be paycheck loss, okay? Now, when a member dies, their paycheck generally dies with them, okay? Now, Mary, you know, if Joe dies, you're really going to miss him, okay? But after a couple of days, couple weeks go by, you're really going to miss his paycheck too. And I can imagine it being pretty difficult to pay the bills without Joe's paycheck coming in, right? Now, Mary, do you think if something happened to Joe and Joe dies, do you think you would be able to go out and find a job to pick up for the loss of income or be able to work his 40 hours to provide money into the household? And Joe, do you think you'd be able to do the same if something happened to Mary and she were to pass away, she were to die, she was not working?
I mean, it would definitely be tough,
Very tough.
you know, but yeah, it'd be tough.
Yeah, so that's a very serious concern right there, being paycheck loss. Next is going to be mortgage, okay? Families can often lose their home due to the sudden death of a breadwinner. You know, the saying goes, you know, you lose a spouse, you lose a house, okay? Families are literally being reduced down from a 4-bedroom house that they're raising kids in to all of a sudden, you know, a death in the family being reduced all the way down to a 1-bedroom efficiency apartment right now. Very serious concern. The next is going to be children's protection, okay? Group benefits are generally not permanent for children, which can cause a very serious issue with insurability moving forward. Also, you know, a death in the family, a breadwinner not there to help provide for children can reduce their chances to actually go to college and get the education that they deserve, okay? So very serious concern right there. The next is gonna be co-pays, deductibles, and lost wages. Now, if you're ever injured in an accident, you know, the health insurance is gonna pay the doctor and gonna pay the hospitals. Joe, Mary, last time I checked, they're doing just fine, okay? But members are losing wages from not being at work, and also the bills that are stacking up from being in the hospital. So let me ask you, Joe, you know, if you were injured in an accident, you're not gonna be doing what? You're not gonna be working, right? And then again, if you're not working, you're not making
Money.
Yep. And did the bills stop stacking up? Did the bills ever stop rolling in?
Not really.
Absolutely not. So this is a very serious concern for families. Next is going to be losses in pension and retirement accounts. Now all of those accounts build up and accumulate over time. So a sudden death in the family would mean it would completely stop the accumulation for retirement accounts, Social Security, and this can even go all the way into 401ks or anything else that you're setting up for your family right now. So very serious concern. And next is going to be terminal illnesses such as cancer. Now I don't know if you guys are familiar, but right now the American Cancer Society came out with their statistics saying that men, 1 out of every 2 men will be diagnosed or die from cancer within their lifetime.
My uncle died from cancer.
Your uncle did? Okay, he died from cancer?
Mhm.
I'm sorry about your loss. What type of cancer?
Lung cancer.
Lung cancer? Okay, all right. And is that something that really runs in your family?
No, I mean.
No, it just kind of came out of nowhere? Okay. Yeah, the cancer, you know, cancer has no feelings, you know, things like that. You'll just never know. And Mary, is cancer running in your family? Do you know anyone that's dealt or been diagnosed with cancer? Okay, all right. Well, you know, for men, it's 1 in 2 men. For women, you guys have it a little bit easier, but it's actually 1 out of 3, okay? And cancer right now in medical bills is actually the #1 reason that families are filing for bankruptcy right now in the United States. So this is a huge concern. Next is going to be affordability. Now, we sit down with members that are making $7 an hour, other members making $47 an hour. Some members working a ton of overtime every single week, and some members that we sit down with are recently laid off. Now, they wanted this to be affordable for everyone. Now, Joe, I know that you work, you know, in a car lot, and also you're, you know, an owner of a business. So your situation is just a little bit different, but for this example, I'm just going to use the traditional 40-hour work week. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay, great. Now, let's say that you were to go into work this week. Your boss comes up to you and tells you, you know what, Joe, things are going so well. We're just so profitable right now. We're going to reward all the employees, and we're going to do so by actually paying you 1 extra hour every single week. So instead of working 40 hours, they're actually going to pay you for 41. So with that 1 extra hour every single week, now let me ask you a question. You guys going to go like, you know, buy matching Ferraris with that 1 extra hour? You guys going to go like, you know, start construction on your dream home? You know, no, probably not, right? We would like to, but probably not. Now on the flip side, Joe, let's say that you go into work this week and your boss comes up to you and says, you know what? Things are a little slow right now. But instead of laying you and your coworkers off, what we're actually going to do is we're just going to send you home 1 hour early on Fridays. So instead of working 40 hours, you'd now be working 39. Now with that loss of just 1 hour, you guys going to have to, you know, cancel cable. You know, loss of 1 hour, you guys going to have to cancel the kids' dentist appointments, the children's dentist appointments?
Probably not.
No? It's not going to, 1 hour is going to take food off of the table.
Nah.
No, right? So what we're basically saying right here is 1 hour's wage, okay, doesn't really change anything, okay? We agree on that?
I agree.
All right, great. Now, the next no-cost benefit is actually the needs analysis, okay? Now with this, I'm going to ask you some questions, all right? If there is a recommendation from the needs analysis in the computer, then I'm going to go ahead and review that with you. But if there's not any recommendation, there will be nothing for me to review with you. That make sense?
Yep.
Okay, great. Now, go ahead and move into this real quick. So what do you guys think of this, of the neighborhood? You guys like the neighborhood?
It's just pretty decent, man. They got some good schooling for the boys, man.
Okay, that's what's most important.
You know, so It was all about the kids with this move right here in the family. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know, you guys being here for 2 years, and you're actually in a really good position because, you know, the market in Austin is just insane right now. People can't even find a place to live.
No, we caught it right before it started to go crazy.
Okay. Now, real quick, Joe, Mary, this is the mandatory read-off letter, okay? But, you know, instead of just, you know, reading all of this to you, having you read it, I'm going to go ahead and summarize it for you, okay?
Sure.
Now, Joe, Mary, what it's basically saying is, as I'm going through the benefits, you know, you catch yourself nodding your head, you know, thinking to yourself like, wow, these are some great benefits. I can see why, you know, everyone is doing this and why they endorse this. And I'm going to ask you to go ahead and enroll while I'm out here today. But on the flip side, Joe, Mary, is if I'm going through the benefits, you know, you're thinking to yourself, you know, Cody, like these really are some great benefits, but they just don't really feel a need for me and my family right now. Now, in that case, I'm going to ask you not to apply, okay? But either way, yes or no, your decision does need to be made today during your service period, okay? And they do this in fairness to all of the other members that are waiting to enroll, okay? Because all of this, everything that I'm going to show you has already been checked, rechecked, and approved by over 20,000 different associations and groups that set this up to be an absolute no-brainer for their members, okay? So it's going to be a very easy, you know, yes or no, no-brainer type of situation, okay? Make sense? All right, and then either way, you know, yes or no, they are going to ask for your feedback here on this officer report form, which is basically like my report card, okay? Just making sure that I didn't, you know, kick the dog when I came in and, you know, be rude to the kids and run over your grass whenever I came in. But anyways, they will ask for your feedback on this officer report form, so it's really important that you guys stop me and ask any questions that you might have, okay? So Joe, you promise to stop me if you have any questions?
Yeah, man.
Mary, you promise to stop me if you have any questions?
Oh, she gonna ask.
She's gonna say, okay, all right, great. Now let's continue moving here. Like I said, I am gonna have some questions for you, and I'm not the fastest typer in the entire world, but let's go ahead and jump into it. Now, Joe, what is Mary's date of birth?
September 4th, 1993.
All right, September 4th, 1993. All right, great. And then you said your oldest son, what's his name? Jamel, right? Okay. What was Jamel's date of birth?
November 3rd, 2010.
November 3rd, 2010. All right, great. And the youngest?
Milo.
Milo. All right, and Milo's date of birth is?
January 13th.
Okay. January 13th.
15.
2015. All right, man, he's really close to me. My birthday is the 18th of January. So, I do have some health questions for you guys real quick. Any internal cancer in the past 2 years?
Nope.
And this does pertain to you and the children as well, okay?
We healthy over here.
All right, good.
Cody.
Insulin, diabetes,
Nope.
cardiovascular disease, heart
Nope.
attack, stroke, okay.
Nope.
Currently using oxygen,
Nope.
other than the free stuff?
Nope.
All right, terminal illness,
Nope.
Alzheimer's,
Nope.
used tobacco in the past 12 months?
Nope.
No? Okay. All right.
It really matter if I'm a smoker?
Yeah, you know, all of this is going to go off of, you know, people's age, health habits, things like that, which I'll review all of it with
I'm a
you.
smoker. I smoke.
You do? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I suppose I quit, but you know.
Well, I'm going to go through all of this and I'll explain how the smoking part works. You know, once you've actually been tobacco free for an entire year, we can put you down and be, you know, a non-tobacco user. I'll explain that here in just a moment. Currently on probation or parole? All right, and arrested or convicted of DWI? No. All right, so for the most part, so far, you guys are pretty boring in that category. Good. Joe, what's your monthly take home?
Like 6,000, I'm saying.
Five,
55, 57.
57? Okay, that's after taxes, everything else, that's take home. Okay. All right, great. And Mary?
I'm eating.
Yeah, good.
We hired him, boy. You ready? You come on down there,
Man, I'm very happy with what I do, but I really appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. And Mary, what's your monthly take home?
I married, she's whatever I give her.
Whatever you give her.
Yeah, man.
So she's got the real job. She's the stay-at-home, take care of the household. That's her position.
I appreciate it so much.
All right, great. And do you guys currently own or rent the home?
Well, we're paying it off, so we want to own it.
Oh, okay.
It's in our name right now. We got a mortgage right now.
Oh, okay. All right, perfect. And what is the balance remaining?
100,000 or so.
100, give or take?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna list 100,000 here. And you know how many years remaining and the interest rate?
Years remaining, like 15.
15. Okay. Interest rate?
I'm not sure the interest rate.
Mary, you know, remember?
4.
4.5, something like that? Okay, it's pretty common. All right, and do you have life insurance to pay off the mortgage if there was a death between either one?
We got homeowners insurance.
Yeah, but no, nothing life insurance related, nothing to pay off the balance if you were to die. You have a policy that's going to pay off the mortgage. No. All right. Have you started saving money for your children's college education?
Not yet.
No, not yet. That's a very common answer. Don't worry. And then you guys bank locally, checking, savings, local bank, credit union.
Yeah.
Well, which one?
Well, I get my checks deposited to my MetaBank, so I just use a bank card.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's, but you don't have an app, like, let me say, you don't have a bank that you can actually like walk in and go see a teller, because I know those like prepaid debit cards are very popular. A lot of people use
Hey,
them.
that's what I use. Mary got Chase.
Oh, okay.
I
All right.
use that.
All right. So Mary uses Chase for a checking account. All right, perfect. Now, as I work through this, give me just one moment. So what do you guys do for fun in the area? I know it can't be all work and no play.
Man, you know, lately, Cody, I just been trying to get into the gym on my off time.
Okay.
And I've been trying to just having fun with this whole physical fitness run I'm on right now.
Good.
So,
What about the diet? The diet really tying into it and everything too?
yeah, man. None of them weekends, if you know what I mean. It get tough, man.
Yeah, I do know. You know, they say that if you can manage a perfect, or pretty close to perfect diet, throughout the week and things like that, you have a little bit of flexibility on the weekend.
Yeah.
You don't have to be quite as
Cheat
strict.
day, man.
Yeah.
Cheat weekend.
Cheat weekends. All right, so working through this right here. Excuse me, grab a calculator real quick.
There you go. You hear my neighbors playing that music?
Yeah.
They do that every weekend.
Every weekend?
Yes.
You get along well with them?
When I'm in the mood for music.
Well, at least they have a pretty good playlist. Alright, so just a couple moments here. So you guys go back to visit the family in Ohio pretty often?
When I get a chance. I go up with I'm trying to build a sales team over at the gig, man, so I haven't been able to.
Just been putting in a lot of hours, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you've been doing pretty well, obviously.
Cody, if you want to drive it, I can put you in it, man.
Yeah. I am a car guy, so we will most likely visit that topic before I leave here today. I'll tell you what. Okay.
Hey, Cody, man, how long you say you got?
Yeah, it won't take very long at all. I'm going just as quick as I can to get this taken care of for you right now. Actually, if you don't mind, can I get a bottle of water or a glass of water? Would you mind?
Alright,
A couple ice cubes there for me.
couple ice cubes, man, I got you. Let me get you some water. Room temperature okay?
A couple ice cubes, please and thank you.
Here you go, sir.
Thank you very much. All right. Getting everything situated right now for you guys. All right, so Joe, Mary, I'm going to go ahead and review your options here using an illustration, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now, for this, all right, we're going to call your current situation, or your current jobs that you have right now, just job A, okay? So for this right here, job A, it's your current jobs. You guys are making $14.25 per week, okay? Let's say that you go into work this week and another job opens up, okay? And this second job, we're actually gonna call this one job B, okay? Now with job B, you're gonna be working at the same place, okay? Doing the exact same things, same responsibilities, same co-workers, okay? The only difference is with job B, you're gonna be making $13.59 per week, or about 1 hour's wage difference, okay? But with this hour's wage, it's going to take care of all of your concerns. Like we were just talking, 1 hour's wage doesn't really change much, okay? But with job B, the first thing that they're going to provide is going to be funeral and final expenses. American Income is going to provide $15,000 for this need. This quick video is going to explain I'll let this video explain.
The warmth of family is one of the most beautiful and valued things in life. For this reason, saying goodbye to a loved one can be difficult.
It's a very impactful video. So, like I said, American Income is going to provide $15,000 for this need. The freedom of choice is going to be set up to take care of this benefit for your family, okay? And they are using whole life insurance. That way, it's their when and not if your family needs it, okay? And this $15,000 is going to be provided on both you, Joe, and also you, Mary, as well, okay? Now, right now, with your current job, you don't have this. All right, the next benefit is going to be income protection. So American Income would provide $342,000 or $5,700 a month for 60 months to help Mary and the children if something were to happen to you and you were to pass away, you were to die, okay? Now, 6 years of income would be huge at that time, right? Without Joe here, paying the bills, paying the mortgage, taking care of the kids, you could really see how that would put you and the family in quite a burden, right? Okay. So right now, you don't have this benefit set up. Next is going to be mortgage. Now, American Income is going to set up $100,000 for mortgage protection to pay off the house for Mary and the kids if you were to pass away and you were to die.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Joe, wouldn't you agree if something were to happen to you in the next, 10, 15, 20 years, it'd most likely be because of an accident, right? I mean, look at you, you're in good health, and most likely be because of an accident. To give you the best value on this, it's going to be set up by an accidental death benefit, okay, to cover this. So right now with your current job, you don't have this set up. Next is going to be children's college education. American Income would provide $100,000 or $50,000 for each of your children if you were to die in an accident, okay? Now this is not only going to be set up to where if they wanted to go to college, get a college education, they can use the money for that, but also if they wanted to start a business, go into trade, anything else, this money is set up to make sure that your family and your children would be taken care of, okay? Right now, you don't have that. Also included is going to be a $10,000 life insurance policy that will cover both of your children until the age of 21. At the age of 21, they are actually inclined to receive up to $50,000 or 5 times the amount without any type of health questions. This is great because future changes in a child's health could really jeopardize their ability to get insurance for themselves. And your family, your children, will really thank you for having the foresight to get this set up for them. Right now, you don't have this set up. Next, we're going to move into co-pays, deductibles, lost wages. Now, members lose wages due to accidents being not at work. So what American Income is going to do is if you, Mary, the children were to go to the emergency room for a bruised bump or bee sting, American Income is going to pay up to $100 for that day to help out with any expenses that you may have. And if you were injured in a severe accident, you were actually in the hospital overnight, American Income is going to double it, and it would actually be $200 for every single day that you would be in the hospital, okay? And again, we already talked about it. If you're in the hospital, the bills aren't going to stop rolling in, right? You're also not at work, so you're not making money. So this is a great benefit right here to where if you were in the hospital for 5 days, American Income is actually going to pay you $1,000 to help make sure that the lights stay on in the home, to make sure that there's food on the table, and Mary would actually be able to focus on you to make sure that you're okay and not having to think about how she's going to rush back to work or how she's going to help to make ends meet. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Okay. Then it's actually going to double from there to an intensive care, which would actually pay out $400 per day. So if you were injured in an accident, it was severe, intensive care would pay $400 for every single day. Next, there is an accidental dismemberment would pay $10,000 if you were to lose a hand, foot, sight, and one eye. Double that to $20,000 for the combination of any two, okay? Right now, you don't have any of these benefits set up. Next, losses in pension and retirement accounts. Now, if you were to die accidentally, it would catch your family off guard, but also it would stop all Social Security, 401k, and retirement accumulation. So what American Income is going to do is they're going to pay $20,000 to $100,000 out to your family immediately if you were to die in an accident, okay? Now, right now, you don't have that set up. And last is going to be terminal illnesses and cancer. All right, so American Income is giving you the opportunity, if you were to be diagnosed with a terminal illness or cancer, you actually have the opportunity to take half of, sorry, this fan's getting in my way a little bit, half of your freedom of choice and also half of your income protection while you're still alive. Now this will give you the opportunity to put your family in the best financial position before you die. All right, so Joe, you're gonna have $178,500 for this need. Mary, you're gonna have $7,500 for this need. All right, right now you don't have that set up. Now, American Income has been around for over 60 years. And we have an A+ financial rating, okay? All of these benefits are permanent and portable. What does that mean? That means that these benefits are owned by you and no one can take them away. Not your employer, not even our company would not be able to take these away from you. They are yours. Next, if you were ever involved in a qualified layoff, okay, and you were, laid off, what the company's going to do is, because they don't want you to lose these benefits, they're actually going to waive your premiums for 3 months during that time. Waived premiums will never have to be repaid. Next, strike. If you were in a strike, American Income does not want you to lose these benefits, so what they're actually going to do is they would waive the premiums for up to 12 months during a qualified strike. All right? Now, with this, let me ask you, Joe, Mary, if you went into work tomorrow, you went into work this week, and you had the option to choose between job A and job B, which job would you take?
Job B.
Job B. Well, why would you choose job B? I mean, if you're making more money over here.
Because I just get all of those benefits.
Right, exactly. Joe, that's what everyone says.
Yeah.
They set this up to
I
be...
would choose job B, man, but like right now, we can't afford that. So I just want to just let you know for you, I don't waste no more of your time. It's like things is tough right now.
Okay, things are a little tough right now. Okay. Well, I understand how you feel, right? Some of the members have felt the same way, but actually what they found is with all of these benefits, if you were to go to try to find them on the open market or anything else, it just absolutely wouldn't be possible. So with this partnership right now is actually the best option for families right now. But real quick, the benefits software did, recommend something, and I just have to, do my job real quick. It is recommending that, and I know you said, might be a little bit tight right now, but it's actually recommending that you move to a preferred freedom of choice. And what that is it's going to be a preferred freedom of choice of $31,000. Now what this is actually going to do is it's actually going to give you a better rate. So, I mean, were you interested in sticking with the basic plan, okay? For the $15,000 for the family, and that's going to be about $66 a week, or, would you want to do a little bit more for your family and do the inflation option for an additional $12 per week?
Man, I would like to do that one.
The inflation or just the basic?
I would probably do the basic right now. But
Okay.
I can't,
Well, I don't want to get ahead of myself, okay? To tell you the honest truth, like right here, just going over all of this, I'm not even really sure if you guys would be able to even like qualify for these plans. So real quick, I do have some health questions that I need to go over with you, okay? And this does pertain to both of you and also the children as well. So the first question I have for you is, Joe, Mary, have you ever been advised by a physician to reduce alcohol consumption or ever been a member of any AA meetings?
No.
No? Okay. Have you ever used drugs not prescribed by a physician, such as cocaine, amphetamines, barbiturates, hallucinogens, tranquilizers, narcotics, or sedatives? Okay. Have you ever had your driver's license suspended or revoked due to a moving violation that includes driving in intoxication or under the influence? No? Okay. Ever? Blah, blah, blah. Okay. And you said that you do smoke cigarettes. Okay. Okay. And that's just you. Mary doesn't smoke cigarettes at all. Okay. Non-tobacco user. Okay. And have you used have you used marijuana in the past year? No? Not at all? Okay. Now, Joe, Mary, I'm not the final underwriter, but looking at this, it looks like you guys should be able to qualify for the plans, okay? Now, with this, it's actually done on a once-a-month computerized deduction, and doing it this way actually gets you a better rate, all right? So what they do is, to help manage budgets and everything else, you have the opportunity to choose from anywhere from today being the 21st all the way up to the 4th of every single month for the draft. All right, which date would work best? Do you kind of like me to where, want to push it a little bit later in the month where the big bills come out at the beginning, or you want to get it a little bit closer to the 1st or the 4th of the month for the draft? Something tells me the 25th is going to be the best date, because that's the best date for me, so.
I was about to say probably like the 25th or the 26th.
25th or 26th? Yeah. All right. Yeah. Mary, do you want to make the final call? Is it the 25th, 26th? 25th? Okay. All right, great. So, all right, perfect. Now, there is a checklist, a mandatory checklist that they have me review with all the members, which explains how the enrollment process works. Okay? And so we have you set up for the 25th of every single month, and the total balance on this is going to be running okay, so 276. All right, so we got 276 coming out on the 25th of each month, okay? Now, because these applications are member-owned and can't be taken away by American Income, your employer, or anything else, we do have to go through not only the health questions, but also there is going to be an oral specimen and an HIV test that I'm going to go ahead and need to do. This is going to check for any type of bad drugs, hard drugs, anything else that you may have. Now, this process is going to take about 2 to 8 weeks. Okay. During that time, the company is definitely going to reach out with you and be in contact. Going to go over. They're going to give you a call, making sure that I did a good job and verify all of the information. Also, they need to get in touch with your doctor to go over everything, have a conversation based upon your overall insurability, okay? And there is going to be a conditional receipt that I'm going to go ahead and leave with you, and going over any type of health risks, okay? Now, if you are approved, there's 3 main outcomes. The first, you can be approved standard for little or no health issues, okay? The next, you could be considered special risk. Now, the groups that we work with, they want everyone to be approved, so that's why they created this category of special risk. Now, what this is anyone that has health issues, all right? The closer that you actually get to the uninsurable line for additional health issues is the more that someone would actually pay, okay? Now, if there were any types of health issues that the doctors came back with, anything else, you would actually be in the exact same category. You'd pay the exact same as someone with the same health issues and health classification as yourself, okay? And then the last one's going to be, the counter offer, where this is where they offer insurance to someone that they wouldn't have previously covered in the past. But the further that you get to the uninsurable line, you just want to think of it kind of like car insurance. Someone that has no speeding tickets is not going to pay the same as someone that has a ton of speeding tickets and running red lights and everything else. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Okay, so let me ask you, if the program did come back a couple dollars more, all right, I'm going to call you and I'm going to go over everything with you, but if it did come back a couple of dollars more, is that something that's going to be okay with you, Joe, Mary? Yes? Okay. All right, great. And then the last thing, Joe, Mary, is, pretty much everyone enrolls into this program just like yourself, because the benefits are so great and the cost is essentially so low, okay? And this doesn't happen, very often, but occasionally a member will cancel. And we end up seeing these members, they may cancel after a couple weeks, couple months, couple years. But then we end up seeing these exact same members, couple years down the road during their next enrollment period. And the members are actually, pretty upset. And I'll tell you why. Is because now that they are older and they want to enroll back into the program, they're older, meaning that it's going to cost them more, okay? And occasionally, worst case scenario, we see families that they can't even enroll back into the program because their health has changed. So basically what I'm getting at here is this is not a short-term fix, but this is a long-term solution, and the longer that you're in the program, the more value it's going to actually bring for you and your family, okay? Does that make sense? So, going through all of this, and, while I'm out here, I do just have to ask you very straightforward. I mean, this $276 a month, how does it feel? How does everything look? Is the $276 gonna be okay? Or, because if it's something that we need to adjust, it's best that we adjust it while I am here.
It's good.
Joe, it's good. Mary, it's good as well? Okay? Because I just want to make sure. I mean, if we need to fix something, it's better that we fix it now while I'm here. I'm going to ask you just one more time. Everything looks good?
I mean, everything looks good.
I need a full thumbs up. I'm not...
For me, man, I think it'd be better, man, if it was closer to like $200 a month.
$200 a month? Okay, great. Well, I'm glad we had this conversation then, all right? Because it's my job to make sure that we have all of this taken care of. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. You just hang tight real quick. Just that simple. All right, I need you guys to follow me here. Very simple. The good news is here, Joe, Mary, is the entire program and everything is staying intact. Okay, we're not removing, changing anything else. All that we're basically doing here is the income protection. We were looking at 60 months and 5 years. All that we're going to do is take it down to 3. But the good news is you guys can always increase this in the future. You can call me back out here. We can increase that back up to the 60-month marker whenever you guys would like. And with this, we're looking at $192 per month, so even actually below that $200 threshold.
My man.
Looking better now?
Yep.
Okay, you want to go with this one?
Yes, sir.
Mary, you feel good? Okay, great. Well, listen, Joe, Mary, just be very cautious and be sure to keep this important plan in place, okay? And the next time that I see you, you'll be very happy that you did. Bye.